Hey YouTube, it's Bea. I'm here for Freedom Fighters for the collaboration channel, Tuesdays, Recovery Tuesdays. And let's just get started. By the way, I'm very fresh right now. I'm sorry this video is going to be going up pretty late in the day today, on Tuesday, because I woke up late, just got out of the shower. I was like, video. Yeah, so let's start. Today's topic is all the different kinds of treatment options. Therapy, inpatient, etc., outpatient, and like how to deal with these while working in college or working, just in general. So first I just want to do a general overview of all the different types of therapy there are. There's group support or therapy, which can take place in an inpatient program, an outpatient program, a therapist's office, or within independent support groups. And support groups can vary in on their different perspectives, and it's important to find out the goals and methods of the group you wish to attend. And group support may be aimed at the sufferers getting support and understanding from peers, or it may be aimed at incorporating members of the family. So there's different kinds of group support. Group therapy is usually facilitated by a professional therapist. There are many different types of groups. There's ones that are in treatment centers, hospitals, universities, high schools, therapist offices. So you can very well go to one after work. A lot of them are at night. They'll start late at night, maybe 6 or so. And so you can maybe you're out of work in time, and there's always ones at universities now because eating disorders are becoming so popular. And you can definitely find one at your university or your high school. There's one at my high school. A lot of support groups will cover spirituality, art, therapy, coping strategies, family issues, general discussions, communication, body image, blah 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 blah. And then there's just regular therapy with psychiatrists, psychologists, all that good stuff. And those you can, obviously they cost money, and your insurance might cover some of it. I'm not sure though. Don't deal with that really. But you can make the appointments on your own time. I go to a psychologist right now and down at my hospital, and I make my appointments when I want to, and I go. It's very flexible with what I want to do. There's also individual counseling, which is the ultimate goal. To learn more about yourself, kind of, and it's psychoanalytic, but I mean that's kind of just more mental stuff, talking. I'm not really sure what it is actually. Let's see. It's basically just the same as therapy, but there's kind of more new age stuff. There's also inpatient, outpatient facilities, places like Renfrew, Remuda. They're facilities that offer inpatient and outpatient facilities, and many of the larger eating disorder treatment centers can offer both. And but some just specialize in one or the other. Inpatient means that they will be living at you will be living at the facility for a certain period of time, and this can range from a couple weeks, like it did for me, or several months. And this facility has medical doctors, registered nurses, therapists, dietitians, all that stuff, and that is very hard to deal with when you're in school, because if you're gone for a few months, maybe you won't pass the grade, or you'll have to do it all over again. But there are many schools, if you explain why you're missing for X amount of time, they will let you do the work, make it up, maybe do some extra things too. Usually most of these places have something called school, and it's when you can spend certain hours of the day working on school projects. Like my place, I was only there for a few weeks, and I went over, most of it was over Christmas break, so it kind of worked out well for me, but there was always a school part. And, summer is also a good time, so because you miss, but, there's tons of things to do at these places. The routines can vary. Group sessions, one-on-one therapy, medical evaluations, weigh-ins, blah, 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 blah. Projects. Almost every single one promises to give you a lot of time to continue your education. And as far as work goes, usually there's some sort of medical leave you can take, and if not, you might have to quit. Take a leave. And that's the hard part. But what comes first is your recovery and your life. It always comes first. Work and school comes after. Because those things don't matter if you're not here, not alive, not mentally here, all that good stuff. Now, outpatient means that the patient does not live at the facility. And outpatient programs are run by centers, usually, and, it's like a team approach with medical doctors, therapists, and dietitians. One-on-one therapy, it's like the same thing, but you can go, it's outpatient. It's kind of like your psychologist, like making appointments. They're usually scheduled daily or even weekly sessions, depending on each individual's needs. So that can really work if you're in college, because their classes are, it's not like high school, it's not like all day classes. And with working, that can really help too if you pick later appointment times. Excuse me. There's also residential housing, which is basically the same thing as inpatient, but they address more issues sometimes, like self-esteem issues and psychological diagnoses. And there's usually like more time and required weekly to meet, all that sort of stuff. Just trying to think what else there is. There's tons of like small things like physical therapy, occupational therapy, movement therapy, spiritual guidance, all those, new age kind of things that you can definitely work around. And I'm not in college right now. I'm in high school, but I will be in college in about 3 semesters. So, right now I am glad to say I'm doing very well. So I don't see my doctor on a weekly basis right now at this point. But there have been years where I did see him on a weekly basis every Friday after school. And when I was an inpatient, I was in 8th grade, so it wasn't that big of a workload, but it was still hard because I was trying to get into a high school, a really esteemed elite high school, and I still got in. Many high schools and colleges will make will give you, extra time or some more privileges. For instance, I did not take the high school acceptance test exam on the same day everyone else took it, because I was just out of the hospital for 1 or 2 weeks and I really wasn't mentally stable enough to take it. So they let me have a month or so, something like that, and then I was ready, I was set, I was, prepared mentally, physically. I was able to do it, and that's really important. And the same goes for college acceptance. You can do early acceptance, late acceptance, all those different types of things. And as far as work goes, I know a lot of you guys work because of ages from, whatever, for eating disorders. And work, a lot, if it's a professional career, like, not just a regular, like, part-time job or filler job, usually you'll have some sort of medical leave on your insurance, usually. And if it can be really embarrassing to tell your boss, I need to take leave for a mental illness, but that stuff is confidential. They can't tell anyone, and if they do, you can sue them and become rich. So it's kind of like a win-win. But your work always comes second. I know that a lot of people like me are kind of perfectionists when it comes to work and stuff like that, and you don't want to leave your work because you kind of control that too. It's probably even part of your eating disorder, but you can't work to your full potential either in school or work if you're suffering from anorexia, bulimia, adenos, anything, because you're not fully 100% there. It's a problem. So you need to get treatment as fast as you can, and then you can return to work when you're mentally able to. I'm sorry if I spoke really fast in this video, but it was a lot I wanted to fit into this 10 minutes, so maybe you'll have to go back onto it or whatnot. And I want to thank the website somethingfishy.org, because I used a lot of their resources on their types of treatment page, which you can find a link off their homepage, and it's a very great site. And I'll see you guys next week.